Hey, Curio travelers, welcome to Thursday Travel Chat, Curio Conversations, where luxury lifestyle meets cultural immersion in quick weekly moments designed to elevate the way you explore the world as well as me. So, let me set the scene. You're scrolling online, you're sitting there at your laptop, you're scrolling, and there it is Italy. Beautiful hotel photos, gorgeous scenery, a few excursions, and that price looked really, really good. Ciao bella, ciao bella. So guess what you do next? You send it to the group chat with one message. Y'all, look at this deal. Okay, yeah. But listen, before we celebrate and break out the confetti, can we finish reading? You found a cheap travel deal. Is it really a deal? That's this week's conversation. You found a cheap travel deal, but is it really a deal? Now, listen, hey, Angela loves a good deal. I am not trying to pay more simply for the pleasure of paying more. But I also don't want to save $300 and spend my whole vacation, my PTO, my money being irritated. And that's where I think we sometimes get the whole concept of a travel deal wrong. We compare the numbers before we compare what the numbers actually represent. Say you find an Italy experience for 4,500 and another one for 6,500. It's easy to look at those two numbers and immediately assume the 4,500 experience is the better deal. Maybe it is. But let's get curious, shall we? Because this is the Travel Curio. Where are you staying? Is that beautiful hotel actually in the city, or are you 45 minutes away from everything you came to see? What category are the accommodations? I mean, no shade, no shade, but I don't lay my head down everywhere. And a lot of times, hotels throughout Europe, because they're a little bit older, they're smaller, they're different. So, category are the accommodations. Are there airport transfers included? If you're visiting multiple cities, how are you getting between them? Are the experiences you actually want to see included? Or will you be purchasing those separately once you arrive? We call those add-ons. What about the meals? Local guides, entrance fees. And here's one that people don't always think about. How many times are you going to have to reach for your wallet, your credit card, your bank account once you get there? I'm waiting. Suddenly, these two prices may not be as far apart as they first appeared. Now, maybe you decide the less expensive option gives you more options. It's exactly what you want. I'm going to say wonderful. That's the point. The goal isn't to spend more. The goal is to understand what you're buying. And we also have to stop comparing completely different travel experiences as though they are the same product. Two itineraries can both say Italy at the top and offer completely different experiences. One might include centrally located accommodations, thoughtfully selected dining, cultural experiences, transportation between cities, local guides, and someone managing the logistics. Enter the travel curio. The other might provide you a hotel, a couple of tours, and plenty of free time to figure out what you want to do when you're there. Now, again, neither is automatically wrong, but they're not the same experience. Let's not get it twisted. And sometimes that least expensive package is exactly what you need. Maybe you've been to Italy before. You don't really need the assistance. You know your way around. You don't need or I should say you want the freedom to create your own days. Book it and enjoy it. Hey, send me a picture. But if you're expecting everything to be taken care of, Don't discover on the day two that the experience you thought you purchased isn't actually the experience you're having. Were you expecting your tour guide to meet you in the lobby, or did you miss that part in your itinerary where it says, meet me at a meeting point? So all of a sudden you're scrambling with the concierge, if there is a concierge, but you're scrambling to find out where you are supposedly actually meeting. Yes, as travel advisors, we all receive, I think, received that call from our clients sometime. Yeah. I thought somebody was going to be here to pick me up. No, it says meeting point. It's right there. You said it was okay. And hey, we all miss things, and that's okay. But again, this goes back to the conversation that it's two different experiences. And here's one more thing I want you to think about. More expensive doesn't automatically mean better either. It's real. A higher price should make you ask some questions. You need to be asking questions about that $6,500 package. What has been thoughtfully curated? What am I receiving for that investment? Does the itinerary reflect the way I enjoy traveling? Are there experiences here that I could easily recreate on my own? Like, Angela, I don't need you. Hmm. Now, those are the questions that help you compare and travel intelligently. But I like to say this, that's your travel currency. Now, here, let's talk about this. Let's go back seriously. This is also one of the reasons that the Travel Curio periodically hosts webinars. We want you to see what you're considering and what's included and what's not, and ask about the accommodations, the pace, the experience, and what your days will actually look like. So check out our events page on Facebook or go over to our website. We have the webinar tab there. So if you're considering, or you're just curious about traveling with us, come join the conversation, please. Now, before we close today's Curio conversation, I want to leave you with this. You ready? The next time you see an incredible travel deal, don't immediately ask, how much am I saving? Ask, what am I actually getting? And then decide whether what you're getting is worth the investment to you. Because cheap travel deal, is it really a deal? That's what I'm gonna leave you with. But I'm gonna say my disclaimer. If you're watching on Facebook, I want to hear from you. Have you ever booked something that looked like a great deal and later discovered all the extras that you had to pay for once you got there? Yeah, it could really change your expectations. Could you tell us about it in the comments? And if you're watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share this conversation with the person who is always dropping the travel deal in the group chat before reading the fine print. Now, you and I and everybody up under the sun know exactly who they are. Until next Thursday, keep exploring with curiosity, and I'll see you for another Curio conversation. Until that time, take care. Ciao, Bella. Or I should say, ciao.